It's your moment and it's your time. You're listening to Be Inspired with Amajo. So I have a question for you today. And my question is, how are you? How are you doing? And I don't just mean that cliche where we ask each other, how are you doing? And you say, I'm good. And then you ask the other person, how are you doing? And you say, I'm good. And you just both kind of walk away and you don't actually really think about it. I want you to think about it. How are you? How are you doing? I started doing this self-assessment a few years ago on myself, and I do it about maybe every 6 months or so, to just really sit down with myself and ask myself, how am I doing? Because the thing about life is life just keeps on lifing. It keeps going on. There's always something else. There's always something to do. And we seldom ask ourselves how we're doing. And if we don't, then we become these kind of ships sailing on the sea that's just, sailing wherever. And life is a flow and it will take you wherever. And unless you sit down and do what you can to guide the ship, you will just end up wherever. So, how are you doing? Here's the self assessment I do. I just write down how I'm feeling, my gut reaction. I don't try to overthink it. I don't try to give myself the answer that I want, but I ask myself, how am I doing in these 7 key areas? And here are the 7 areas. 1, physically, emotionally, spiritually, socially. And by socially, I mean in your friendships, financially, mentally, and the last thing, in your career and personal goals. So in those areas, how are you doing? How are you feeling physically? I know, especially as a woman, you run, and our bodies talk to us a lot. Extreme fatigue is talking to you. A recurring pain, a recurring migraine. These things are talking to you emotionally. Feelings of sadness or emptiness or loneliness or isolation. Spiritually, how are you doing? That's different for all of us, but you kind of know what your gauge is. Socially, how are you doing with your friendships? Do you have the network that you need? This is really important because the reality is our life changes and our friendship circles change and our professional circles change as we go from job to job or maybe move from place to place. Is where you are working for you? Do you have the friends, the family, the network that you need? Financially, how are you doing? Financially, especially for those of us who are entrepreneurs and as women, we really need to know how we're doing. Are you bringing in enough that makes your life comfortable? Are you living too far on the edge? Or are you like so comfortable that you're not pursuing anything? So financially, how are you doing? Mentally, how are you doing? Do you've got a lot of brain fog? Are you sharp? Are you on it? Do you feel like just something's going on? Or, maybe you're doing great. And if you are, that's great too. And if you're doing great, also focus on, why am I feeling this way? What is it about my life that I love? And how can I keep this going? Right? Knowing ourselves and really being in tune with ourselves is so important. Let me tell you something. You are extremely valuable. You are worthy of good things happening to you. You are worthy of having this amazing life. You really are. And so it's so important for us to check in with ourselves and sit down and really think about how we're doing. How was your year? Did you have a great year? What do you want to change? What didn't work for you? What doesn't work for you anymore? What is not serving your purpose anymore? It's so critical for us to answer these questions so that we are not these sailing ships with no direction. I want you to envision yourself as the captain of your own life, as the captain of your own ship, and you've got that ship wheel. And yeah, you cannot control the storms. You can't control when it rains. You can't control every sunny day. But you have got your hands on that ship wheel. And so you're the captain. And so now we must make ourselves a priority. And that does not mean that we don't take care of others, but it does mean that we are responsible for understanding how we're doing and doing something about it. I encourage you, if in any of these areas you're experiencing extreme unhappiness or there's just this alert that something is just wrong and not right, you know what? It's okay. You can just get back. You can just get back to where you need to be. You can take those steps. But I think it's so critically important, especially in such a fast moving world, to check in with ourselves and to do the self-assessment. So if you've never done this before, if you have not checked in with yourself for a long time, I would like to encourage and inspire you to sit down with yourself. Have some water, have a club soda, have some tea, have some coffee, and just sit down and ask yourself, how are you doing? If you want to download the self-assessment chart, just visit my website, and I would love for you to share it with some friends and get together and ask each other, hey girl, how you doing? Thanks so much for listening to Be Inspired. Make sure you follow me on Amajo Plus at amajo.com.